Hello everybody. I hope all of y'all are having a good day today. It's Friday, I guess mid-morning here in the Philippines. This morning I was contacted by some folks across the way. They told me that my dog Kiwi was dead, and so I went to get his body, retrieve his body, and bring him home. And whenever I got to where he was at these other people's house, and I could tell immediately that that he had died a violent death, diarrhea, vomiting, and his whole body was just wet from sweat. He suffered a lot, and whenever I picked him up, water just ran out of his mouth. He's very sick, and so anyway, I got back here and I found out that our neighbor, Maricela, she's one of the best friends of my wife, Lynn. Her and a couple of the ladies here, you know, that volunteer with Future Lover, they're all very, very close. And someone had poisoned her pig this morning too, and her pig died. And she raises, she makes an income from that. Part of her income is she'll raise pigs and then sell them. People will give her money for feed and things, and she'll feed them, and when they're ready, she'll sell them. And somebody had already bought it, and just a couple of days ago, and we're supposed to pick it up today, I believe. And so she was very upset, and anyway, she'd already spent the money for fertilizer to put on their crops here. So anyway, somebody had poisoned our dog and her pig, and you know, yesterday was a good day. We just finalized the sale of the land that we've been wanting, and Father answered our prayer on that, and we got that land. And it's so ironic that just maybe 5 or 6 months ago, I did a video with Kiwi, our dog, that's his name. And in the video, I was talking about how good he was, and I was also talking about the land that we were hoping one day to be able to buy. So it's just kind of strange. About a year ago, I got poisoned, and it's the most violently ill that I've ever been in my life. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it. I've never thrown up and had that much diarrhea. I lost over 14 kilos, and I remember I was vomiting so much and so hard that I couldn't breathe because I would drown in my vomit. It just wouldn't stop, and it was horrible. Anyway, I handled Kiwi this morning, carried him home, and I washed my hands and things real good, and we drove into Bonifacio. We're still picking up supplies for tomorrow's feeding and Sunday's family bonding, and I was hungry. I haven't ate, and so I got a little thing of sweet rice, and I just scooped it with my hand and took a bite, and immediately I got violently ill. I could not breathe. Thought I was going to die. Lynn was screaming, crying, and for about 10 minutes or so, I was really having a hard time. I'm still kind of shaky. So whatever it was that poisoned the dog and the pig, the residuals were on him, and got me pretty bad. Sorry about the music in the back. They love their video karaoke here. So anyway, our dog was deliberately poisoned, so was the pig, and I'm sure they killed her pig because she is friends of ours. Like I say, they tried to get me last year, and God is good, y'all. God is so good, because there's no way that I should have lived through that, what I went through last year, and you know, it's only by God's grace that I'm still here. But my poor dog and that poor pig had to suffer like they did, and that's so sad. Kiwi was just a street pup when my nana and I found him. He was about 10 weeks old, and when we lived in Malawi, and she rescued him, started feeding him and taking care of him, shampooing him and getting rid of his fleas, and he rode in the car with us here whenever we moved here, and he was so good. He never, you know, didn't get sick. He just sat there like he'd been riding in cars his whole life. And ever since he's been here, it's like he realized, you know, that you people saved me, you adopted me. And he was just always just, you know, so loving, and would just, when he would look at you, his eyes would just pierce through you with, you know, just love. And anytime Linda and Ira Pearl would walk up the hill to go to the little shoddy stores and things, he was there guarding them and protecting them, and he took that as his job. He was our protector, and I'm sad to see him gone. But anyway, we're working hard here at Future Love, and not everyone is as pleased with our success as we are. You know, there's some folks in darkness, and our God is light, and in him is no darkness. But some of that darkness, some of those religious spirits can't stand what we're doing here, and they hate to see the progress. And but you know, the light of Christ is exposing them, and they don't like the exposure. And this is not going to detract us. We are going to continue to work just as hard as we always have. As a matter of fact, it's going to drive us even harder. And we don't pray for revenge for what these people did. I pray that one day that the light of Christ will fill them from within, and they will experience God's love. And you know, that is sweet revenge to me. It is not a hateful revenge, but a good revenge, because they will lose their life, and they'll understand. And that's my prayer for them, is to experience God's love. And you know, anyway, I just want to share that with you guys, that you know, not all things are good here on this mountain. Not all good things are, you know, everything's not all sunshine and rainbows in missionary work. You got to put up with some craziness sometimes too, and this is part of it. Anyway, I love you all. God bless.